Didn't want to do this, but...
Yeah! This Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there. Standing at his concession, plotting his oppression. Yeah!
This video is about me calling out some bullshit about my friend, Brandon Brangelin Brandison Boutini Huckababy. You know him. You wish you didn't, but you know him. 3 months ago, I did 3 videos with Brandon. Podcast Time feat Brangelin and Minecraft feat Brangelin 1 and 2. The Minecraft videos were some of the best videos I've ever made. They were funny, they were long, and I could watch them over and over and over again. I could. We had a good time making those videos, recording that podcast. Even though the podcast sucked, we still enjoyed it. Now I have to call him on some bullshit. I've known Brandon since 4th grade. I was the new kid at school, and I liked Legos. I was building a creeper using red Legos, like a Minecraft creeper. And Brandon came up to me and said, "Bro, creepers are green. Let me help you find some green pieces." And so it started. So it began, our long friendship. Throughout the rest of 4th grade, we were friends. We threw sand and bees, walked around the track, swung in swing sets, made fun of some kid named Eli, called him, well, I say made fun of. Long story short, we called him SpongeBob, and he got upset about that. We liked to draw in 4th grade. We liked it a lot. We always drew SpongeBob. It was funny because, well, Brandon always forgot the pants or the nose. There was one time where he forgot both the pants and the nose off SpongeBob. He made a clown SpongeBob with massive shoes and a giant afro, but no nose and no pants. I still have all of our drawings from 4th grade, or at least most of them, because we put a lot of them on popsicle sticks. I still have those too. We did a lot of drawing, so much that we got in trouble often for it. I have videos on my 3DS from 4th grade of us messing around with Legos, or just being great memes. It was awesome. We discovered villager news, and I discovered the Yogscast in 4th grade. That was one of the biggest changes in my life. And so the Brandon curse had begun. Now, if you don't know what the Brandon curse is, I will explain that later. But anyway, after 4th grade, I didn't have a class with Brandon until about 7th grade. And that class was band. We both play trumpets. At the time, we hadn't talked since the end of 4th grade. Because, teachers split us up. I had to come up with, 3 new best friends before I, came back to the junior high. And Brandon Howell still wasn't my best friend. Different Brandon was. I'm glad I'm not friends with that Brandon anymore. He was kind of a jerk. Didn't realize it until recently, though. But this Brandon, this one here, he was great. We were friends again, sort of. Really didn't become friends much until, well, high school, I guess. After a couple of years when we were in high school, since we were still in band, we had to do band camp. And during those long, I don't know, I guess it was probably 6 days, roughly, of marching around, going to water park, doing a bunch of meme stuff, well, we became friends again. It was after band camp, shortly after, that Dawson joined our group. Dawson, aka Your Boy Billiam. Your Boy Billiam has been a friend of us since the beginning of high school. And he just kind of showed up out of nowhere, out of the dark abyss known as Alaska. We didn't know him, he didn't know us. He was sitting in the corner quietly. And I ran up to him and I said, "Why are you so quiet?" Well, I didn't say it, I screamed it in his face. Me and Brandon were laughing, so was this kid named Clark, but forget about him, he's kind of an ass too. Anyway. That was my first interaction with Your Boy Billiam, Dawson. And it was a good one. My second interaction was even better. I put a water bottle in his hood and flipped up his hood. I could have sworn the cap was on it, but the magic talking bowling ball known as Junius didn't tell me that the cap was off. So I drenched Dawson's clothes with water in the middle of German. Now that was fun. For me, not for him. And of course, at the time, I wasn't big on apologizing. And I'm still kind of a jerk, but not nearly as much. Because after 4th grade, I got split away from, like, Brandon, who was one of my good friends. And I spent so long trying to get new friends. Got into junior high, and I wasn't friends with Brandon or Wesley, or didn't have Dawson, Vincent, or Brandon at that point. It was kind of rough. But then, Dawson came. Brandon and me were friends, and me and Brandon and Dawson were friends. After, I think I introduced Dawson to Brandon. And so it began. A crazy friendship that would end the world. After Vincent came, of course. Vincent met Dawson at robotics, I do believe. And they became good friends, really good friends. And they formed the channel known as Your Boy Billiam. Vincent being Dad, and Dawson being Your Boy Billiam. Together, we all were in band. To the right, all the way, is Billy. After him is Vincent, going left. Then Brandon, and then me in the back. I don't know who that person is to the my right in the picture. I guess it's all the way left of the picture. No idea who that is. But now you can see our good band uniforms. This is an event called Chelsea. It's our favorite event as friends because it was super funny. Let me tell you a story about Chelsea. When we went there, first time, it was me, Brandon, and Dawson. Vincent had quit band before this and came back later. This was this last year of Chelsea, 2019, I believe. And first year, we all decided we were going to get smoothies. Oh, by the way, Chelsea is a big, like, band, I guess, kind of competition thing. Not really. It's not like band festival. It's just a thing where you go there and you get judged or whatever, but it's not, like, bad, I don't think. And they just kind of give you some pointers on your marching show. During this, we had to sit there and wait for the whole thing to end. So we got smoothies, me, Brandon, and Dawson. We introduced ourselves as Billy, Dawson, or no, not Billy. Billy was not Billy yet. It was Dawson, Peanut, and Mr. Peanut. Ironically, Brandon was Mr. Peanut because he's allergic to peanuts. I was Dawson, and Dawson was Peanut. And at that moment in time, we drank our smoothies, and afterwards, Brandon put Mr. Peanut, because the guy wrote it on our cups, put Mr. Peanut, the cup, on his hand. And so a legend was born, Mr. Peanut, who, it's kind of weird. There's us again. This was more recently. This might have been our last marching show, I don't know. We're in our rain jackets because it was so cold. Wait. Oh, this is kind of weird. What is it with the last person having the frickin' OK sign? But anyway, I'm all the way on the right, then Dawson, then Brandon, then Vincent. And anyway, Chelsea happened. That was real fun. And band became one of the best things for us as friends. Over time, we continued to corrupt each other, I would say, as we became stupider and stupider. Whether that be singing Scatman's World for hours and hours on end, or straight up spouting nonsense out of our mouths by going blah, 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 and somehow we would understand each other when we said this, sometimes. Or like, for instance, Minecraft Feet Branglin is a good example on how he can corrupt people and turn them into idiots. And I feel like anybody who's friends with Brandon, like the three of us are, it just becomes a circle of corruption. Brandon corrupted me, I corrupted Billy with the help of Vincent, and then all of us corrupt each other currently and forward. And we did stuff like, we've done stupid stuff like record videos together, elevator shenanigans on Billy's channel, hashtag plug. We waited in line for 5 hours at Cedar Point to ride a roller coaster. That was, okay. At Kent. Kent's the one all the way to the left. And, it was fun. Here's a little video of us at a band.
Jesus Christ,
Tackled on the play by Ian Hummel.
We got swords, we got maces.
Gain is to the
There's
ring
Billy.
27, second down and 2.
Haha, yeah.
That's Brandon. You saw Vincent's shorts. There he is. There's he is. That's Dad,
Did you
Vincent.
delete your messages in the group chat?
And there I am. Anyway, so the guy to the left of Brandon is Kent, to the right is Vincent, and all the way back there is Dawson. And actually behind Dawson to the left is my dad, which is very creepy, and I didn't notice the guy up there to the right either. No idea who that guy is, but my dad's behind Dawson. Yeah, I took this at Cedar Point. You can see actually up there is Top Thrill Dragster, right up there. And, yeah, it's pretty good. So, after all this, nonsense and stuff, we started realizing that we were going insane. This is before this year, and we were like, why are we so stupid? What causes this? And I came to the conclusion that it was Brandon's fault that made us, this way. But this isn't the truth I'm getting to, because this is okay. Everybody's cool with this. Sort of. We're cool with this. Brandon corrupted us. The Brandon curse was born, which is basically, he exists on all levels, and you are always in contact with a Brandon. There are people out there who have been corrupted by the ultimate Brandon gene. And, well, Brandon's the original. His arms stretch through the internet. For instance, Ramirez TV, or through, like, I don't know, my channel, YouTube, definitely goes through there, and it's pretty nuts, not gonna lie. So basically, the Brandon curse is just a chain of corruption that goes around and makes everybody more like Brandon, which is insane. But, if it were not for Brandon, none of us would be friends. Most of us wouldn't even have met. I probably would have met Dawson, but I probably wouldn't have been friends with him. Because the only reason I'm friends with Dawson is because I'm stupid and weird, and Dawson was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And, I don't know, stuff like that. If I weren't friends with Brandon, I might actually be, like, I don't know. I would definitely be more quiet. If it weren't for Brandon, I would probably not be known as one of the weirdest kids in my school. Or, stuff like that. But recently, I found out the truth, the hard truth about Brandon. It changed me. I'll never look at him the same way again. He's got some guts for doing this. Here it is. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Brandon Branglin. Brangison Boutini Huckababy, a.k.a. Benson. That man's does math. And that is not okay.